Hi, hello, welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. A little PSA for anyone new that might stumble across this. Even though this is Vlogmas Day 4, it's not like December 4th or 5th. Today is... can you see that there? December 12th. I'm doing my own little form of Vlogmas where I vlog. Initially, the plan was 3 days a week. There's somebody right next to me right now. I feel very awkward. I've been averaging like 2-ish uploads, but it's a little all over the place, which is fitting because my life is also all over the place. Either way, if you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. So happy to see you, even though I'm not like physically seeing you, but happy you're here. Again, my friend just left. And by friend, I mean my parking buddy. That's her car. No idea who that woman is.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
It's a little past 1, as you just saw. I am sat outside, not just a PetSmart, but this is a little outdoor shopping mall. No, what are these things called? When there's like a bunch of stores in like one parking lot. What is that called? There's like a name, right? Regardless, there's a bunch of shops behind me. I'm in Galway. If you're from Newfoundland, hi. I'm not here for the pet store. I'm here for Marshalls/Winners because my dad asked me yesterday, as in December 11th, if I could help him with stocking stuffers for his wife. I went over to his house yesterday when he texted me this, being like, where are they? Like, yeah, sure, I can help, assuming he meant wrap them. No, he didn't mean wrap them. He meant to get them. And not just help him find them, physically acquire them myself for him. It's not that he's bad at gift giving. It's just when it comes to like additional cutesy, girly type things, he's just not the best at that. Until Carol stepped in for Christmas, the things I would get pretty much every year that were like additional from what I asked is socks and razors. Like a Costco size, obviously. My dad could basically be a spokesperson for Costco, which still appreciate, don't get me wrong, especially these days, love an essential gift, but he just doesn't, you know, he doesn't really know what to get. So he asked for my help, for me to step in. Carol, if you happen to be watching this, turn it off. I also don't mind. I don't have a whole lot of money for physically buying gifts these days. That's why I make most of my gifts. So I am making Carol a little something, but to me, it's like an extra little like, no, these aren't from me, but they kind of are. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm sure you know what I mean. As you can tell, it is pretty busy. It's a Friday, a little bit before Christmas, so of course it is very busy. Department stores. But there's still like a name for when they're... Strip mall! Strip mall. I'm at a strip mall. Brains are funny. Like, why did that just pop back? Ow, pop back up at me like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already a little overstimulated before even going in there. Traffic has been insane. There's like 3 roundabouts to get into this area, which I don't mind a roundabout, but they're a bit frustrating when nobody knows how to use a fucking roundabout. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm sure I've had mishaps in a roundabout, but I almost got completely T-boned because the person who was supposed to be exiting, they were like, hey, fucking, I'm gonna go over. And like, they literally almost T-boned me. So that was not fun. I do also just feel a little bit tired. I had volunteering yesterday, which again went really, really great, but it is pretty physical, and where again, I'm not really used to doing formal activity like that. I think it just kind of like, it really fatigued me. I was exhausted last night. I also did hang out with my friend Megan. So it was just like a very full day, and I'm not used to having super full days. At least in terms of like being out and about and seeing other people. Like sometimes I'll have a full day of doing chores in my apartment, but that's very different than having a full day of like outdoor scenario excursions. I sound insane. Moral of the tangent. I'm tired. I woke up a little tired. I woke up early, but I'm tired. Of course, I have a caffeinated beverage with me to help that. But I've also already had 2 double espressos this morning. If my doctor is watching this, also click away. She's not watching this, I can promise you. Do not follow in my lead. It's literally dangerous. I'm just a caffeine fiend, and I have quite a high tolerance. Truly do as I say, not as I do. If you couldn't already tell, I have a little smidgen of makeup on. Not anything crazy, but more than I typically do. I also felt really ugly today, if I'm being honest with you. I'm feeling a little bit ugly the past few days. The past while, actually. I've been feeling a little just not great. A lot of it has to do with exercise, not really exercising, and body stuff. Like I'm trying super hard to not be hard on myself, but sometimes it's just difficult living in a bigger body. You know, it just is. Point blank. So I'm just having a bit of struggles lately in life, not all just body stuff. And so I just ended up putting on some actual makeup today to try and help. And you know what? It kind of didn't. I tried to like take a few pictures because I was like, oh, I don't do my makeup a whole lot. Let me take a few photos. Then I reviewed them and had like an existential crisis of like, oh my God, you look uglier than you've ever looked in your whole entire life. And you put makeup on. What do you even look like? What do you look like? What do you look like? Sometimes I don't think I know what I look like. And then you read those stats, or like, at least back in the Tumblr days, there was that thing that was like, you're actually 5 times more attractive through your own lens than what people see. And I'm like, huh? If that is true, I don't need to know. I don't need to know that. That's a horrifying concept. One that I'm not subscribing to. Okay, but I've stalled enough. I'm gonna shut up. I need to go face my fears, face the public, and get some stuff for Carol. Some little things, some knickknacks. I do have a budget, $100. I think we can find plenty for $100. Let's go do it. It is cold. It is very cold. I'm already distracted. Shocking. Of course, the first stop is the washroom. My bladder is the size of a marble. I'd say that's debatable. Man, oh man, it is busy and I am overwhelmed. So, she's a big wino. No? This, I don't know if it'll be too big for a stocking. I feel like it kind of is, but she really likes birds, and it's a puzzle, and I know she likes puzzles. So I don't know. This is a maybe. I did kind of show these wine bags, but then I found this one, and I know that she would like this. So this is like a, without a doubt, yes.
Thank you. But I was surprised.
This is the most random little thing ever, but she's like such a gadget person. She loves a gadget. And this is like this little bendy light. I don't know. I think she would enjoy that. I took this way at the beginning and I thought it was super cute, but I was hoping there'd be like a wine one and there was not. So that's a no. I'm warm. I'm surprised. Okay, so I do want to choose between these two items. It's like a choose your own adventure piece of jewelry. This one is a necklace. There's different charms that you can change out, which I thought was like really nice. And they have different like meanings and stuff, so I think she'd like that. I think I will message my dad about some of these things to see like his opinion, especially if I can't decide. But this is a set of earrings that's like the same concept. And I also think those are really cute, so I think one of these two would be really nice. I pretty much like the same concept as thrifting, and just anything that was a maybe I just threw in the cart because I did not know how much stuff I was gonna find. So like socks, maybe. But then there's also these slippery things, which I think she might like more. These are more Christmas, but I think she'll like these better. So. I don't know, okay? I don't know. It's you. Again, I don't know. If I had $1 for every stare I've gotten while I'm doing this, I would be rich. I'd be rich. I'd be set for life. I thought this was very cute. It's like a little fancy soap. Gardenia? Dunno. This is something that I think that she will actually really like, but it's a little pricey, especially given my budget. It's a Betsy Johnson charm bracelet. It's 40 bucks. I just think that's like the cutest thing ever. I don't know, it screams her, so I might call my dad and be like, hey, you should add a little bit to the budget for this guy, because I can't spend half the budget on a bracelet, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna put everything aside now that I probably will get, give my dad a call, and then we'll be finished, and I can leave here without my sanity, because that's been gone for a long time now. I just left Winners, and when I say that all of the negativity that I was experiencing was entirely eradicated by two things, a dog and a compliment, I'm not lying. I'll make this quick. You can probably hear my car. It's on. I'm in a different spot because I went to Tim's to pee. Because I basically ran out of that store. I ski-daddled. I'll tell you why. First of all, the line was longer than I've ever seen it, probably ever. It literally wrapped all the way through the maze that they make at Winners, and then all the way down through the back. Technically, you were into like a second part of the store. It's like a Winners, Marshalls. It's not even Winners. I'm just realizing. It's Marshalls and HomeSense. Oops, you know what I meant. It's all really the same thing. It like went from one store into the next store. Like they do share cash, but it was crazy. It did go by very quick. Part of why is because the person that came up behind me had a dog. Lucy was her name, the dog. I don't know the owner's name. Not a clue what their name was, but the dog's name was Lucy. Literally brought me entirely down. I was having a bit of a rage blackout. As one of my old cheer coaches used to say that all the time, a rage blackout. I was losing it. People, I think around this time of year, like everyone is so busy and so stressed, everything is so chaotic that like people just lose all of their common sense and like their courtesy and whatever. I can be guilty for it too, sure. Either way, I just felt like every other fucking person was like nudging me with their cart or trying to nudge me with their cart or trying to get around me every time I tried to stop in a little place to like breathe and even just look at things. Here spawns another person, I'm in their way, apparently. It's like no matter where I went, I was in someone's way. And like they looked like they were annoyed by me. Sure, at some points I was filming. I did have my camera out, but I also was looking through it. Like I wasn't just like, let me stop in the middle of traffic and film everything. It wasn't like that. I was looking at one thing at the end of an aisle, for example, just like trying to look through them. One of them I ended up buying, and this old bag, I'm only saying that because I'm pissed, okay? I know, respect your elders, that's a whole thing. But if they don't respect me, I ain't respecting them either. And this old evil lady, she definitely wasn't evil, but she was just mean. She kept like nudging me with her cart, and she couldn't even say like, excuse me, just nudging with it as if I'm not supposed to be there looking at the same stuff that she's looking at. She'd nudge me out of the way and then just stand there with her cart. Anyways, when I say I hate people, that's what I mean. I hate like the public. A person, really like. People in general, especially this time of year, I had a moment where I actually took a deep breath. Like I had to stop and take like a in the middle of the store because I was not having fun. But again, it all turned around with Miss Lucy. And when I got up to the cash, the girl working was like the nicest person ever. She was like, oh my god, like that color looks so good on you. I was like, thank you, like that is so nice. She was like, yeah, like it really suits you, like it makes your eyes pop, like your eyes are so green. I was like, thank you, like that's so sweet. She was like, they're so green and pretty and bright, like oh my god, you're so pretty. I was like, so that's why I pretty much ran out of there, because I don't know how to take a compliment. I was just awkward. I like took 3 things in my hand instead of putting them in my bag because I was so like, thank you, thanks so much, I'm gonna go buy, and like pretty much ran out of there because I felt so awkward just because I don't know how to take a compliment. But it was so nice and like just hilarious as well. I was talking earlier about how ugly I feel. That it's just funny. It's just funny. I really appreciated it. And again, mood went from I hate everything and everyone to then like, what movie is it? Is it Jump Street 2? Where like they're both tripping, like Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill are both tripping, but one of them's having a bad trip, the other one's having like a good trip. I passed the threshold. I walked from the bad trip to the good trip in a checkout line of all things. Whew, okay, but with that being said, I did get all the goodies. I don't know if I'll do a formal haul. Maybe I will. I'm gonna drop it back to my dad's very shortly. But I am going to go home now. Get out of the general public so that my mood can't then switch back to the other bad side. I don't want to go back there. It was not fun. is much later. Well, I guess not much later, but it's a bit later. I'm gonna do a quick haul of everything that I ended up getting after. I did go over budget a little bit, and I also did not get the bracelet, the Betsy Johnson funky one. I kind of regret it. I asked my dad's opinion and kind of got the vibe that he didn't really think that she would like it. She does wear really simple jewelry, but I thought it'd be a fun, like, Christmas special piece. So I kind of regret it. Like, I looked into the picture of it after that I sent him, and I was like, I should have got that. And there was just one. Kind of regret that. But either way, I did also swap out my earrings. I was wearing one of the ones that was from the set I thrifted a few videos back, if you recall. It was obviously very cheap jewelry. And while I said I don't mind costume jewelry, I think as I'm getting older, like all I talk about is aging. When I was a kid, I used to always have to wear sensitive solutions or whatever the fuck it's called earrings because they would get sore really easily. And that happened. I haven't had that happen in a really long time. I think that some of the jewelry that I thrift ends up being at least silver, which doesn't irritate me. Those, they were hurting very quick. They weren't heavy or anything like that, but yeah, my ears were sad. Unsure if I'll be wearing them again. But I am also wearing, from that same haul, some of the bangles. That's clapping in sign language, I think. Even though you can't see them, like they were tucked away most of the day, like clanking. I don't know if it's because I grew up in like the 90s, 2000s, but to me it just feels fun. I remember being a little kid and I would put like 15 bangles on. It's like when you get your nails done or when you put nail polish on and you're touching things prettier because it just feels nice. That's how I feel when I have a clangy clang on. If you find that noise annoying, I apologize. To start, nothing crazy. It's 3 of these hand creams. One of them is Thyme Vegan Honey. Oh, they're all made with vegan honey. Oh, cool. Busy bees, duh. I'm actually stupid. One of them is thyme, one of them is rose, and one of them is orange blossom. I thought they looked very cute. I went with the slippers after. The soap, the weird little anywhere light thing. I did get this after as well, which is a bergamot cypress scented body scrub and a body brush. And there's only a couple of these left. I really like the brush part of it too. I don't know, I thought that would be cute. I'm hoping I did a good job. She goes all out for Christmas, so she deserves someone to go all out for her. I don't know if I showed you these. I might have. It's a couple of writing pads. This one is magnetic, like the main one is magnetic. I'm not sure about the tiny one, but it says fa la la lots to do. There's a good few of them there, but this one I thought was the cutest. I wasn't sure about it. I kind of like second guessed myself, but there's an older woman, probably similar to Carol's age range, and as she was walking by, I think she was trying to convince me to give these to her. She was like, oh wow, that you got a really nice one there. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I almost said to her, like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get them, but I didn't. Sorry. But I did say like, oh, there's a table over there that has like a bunch of them. She's like, oh yeah, no, I saw. I got like a Santa one or something, but that one's a really cute one. And I was just like, thanks. Because to me, it solidified that I should get this for her. Of the 2 different choose your charm items, I got the, if I can get it open, I got the necklace. Like, that is so cute. So it's called Cosmic Radiance. I don't know what that brand is, to be honest with you. But this main piece here is actually a clip, and these are the charms that you can change out. So it comes with those 2 that are on it already. And then all of these have sort of like a theme or like an emotion, something like that. One of them is healing, one is hope, one's fortune, and one is shine. I guess shine isn't a feeling, but you know, I thought you would like that aspect too. This is something that I saw on the way to the checkout. And as I mentioned, she's a big wine lover, wine enjoyer. So I saw this. I don't know how good it'll be because it wasn't too expensive. Not to say that it has to be expensive to be good, but it's a rabbit wine preserver. So it's a little vacuum pump that removes air from opened wine bottle, preserves the flavor of wine, ergonomically designed pump handle for easy operation, and then 2 stoppers. So it has these 2 stoppers. So I think it's like almost like a vacuum seal for your wine, but I don't know. I thought that could be cool. And again, she loves gadgets, so that. I did also get the puzzle just because I know she likes a puzzle. It's really cute. There's a bunch of different birds from different places. So it's like postcards, but also birds. And she loves birds. Like her and my dad's wedding had like a loose birds theme. Yes, it's a bit big and bulky for a stocking, but that's fine. You know, that's fine. It can go next to the stocking. Be stocking adjacent. And lastly, I do think I showed this. I just thought it was so cute. So it's a wine carrier and it has room for 2 bottles instead of just 1, which I thought was really nice as well. And it's just so cute. like the fur. Like this is actually like quite fuzzy. I don't know. I thought it was really cute. They also do homemade wine. Like the place that I used to work years back, if you've been around for a while, they still get their wine done at Brewery Lane actually. So they get wine done in batches, which means that you have to take your bottles home if you don't want to have to buy more bottles when you do your next batch. So this too, it works in that way to like make sure that you bring your bottle home. Why am I over-explaining everything? I over-explain literally everything always. For what and for who? That's the haul. That's everything. I am going to bring all this over to my dad very shortly. I also have a random hankering for Subway. I haven't had it in a really long time. There was a year where I had it nearly every single day. Not every single day, but almost every single day. Exact same sub. I don't get it very often anymore, but for whatever reason, the idea of a sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub just really sounded delicious. So I asked my dad if he wanted to split one. He said yes. I don't even know if I mentioned this, but Carol, like his wife, she's not in the province at the moment. She's over in Nova Scotia where some of her kids live, and her grandbaby, Dean, who's the cutest little guy ever. They came here for Christmas last year, but there's a whole reasoning explanation behind the whole thing. But Carol's gone up early. She's been there since like one of the first few days of December, and she'll be there until I think the new year. My dad is also going up there for Christmas itself, but he's not leaving until the 19th. I think part of that is because he felt bad leaving me, which is cute. And like, I would be sad if he left and was gone for all of Christmas, but I do feel bad about that. But I rely on him so much. It's a whole thing. Maybe we'll get into that another time. But yeah, just for context, that probably wasn't necessary. Just if you're wondering, like, where's this ominous person that I keep speaking of? Anyways, Subway, food. I am very hungry. I know. This one for you? Yes, I one for you. Hi, could I get a footlong chicken teriyaki on Italian herbs and cheese? Yes, please. Lots of lettuce, please. Green pepper, red onion, a little bit of pickle. And then I'll also get mayo and sweet onion sauce, please. All in a day's work. I feel like a little elf. I am home. I'm very, very, very sleepy. Oh my gosh. My eyes feel like they are closing on me. It's definitely been a full few days. I also I have technically an autoimmune disorder, I think. It's a very new discovery. It's called HS, hidradenitis suppurativa?
Hidradenitis suppurativa. Hidradenitis suppurativa.
Something like that. You basically get these... They're like cysts, and they can tunnel under your skin, and you can get multiple of them piling up at a time. I don't know enough about it yet to be able to properly describe much of it to you, but I have had it for a very long time. I just didn't know what it was. I always thought that I was getting ingrown hairs, but that's not exactly what it is. It is your hair follicle. It just builds up with fluid, causes these just like big giant bumps that are... I won't get into the details because it can be kind of gnarly, but I found out recently that is what those bumps are and what it's from. And there's not really a treatment for it, or like there's treatments, but there's no way to to cure it entirely. There's just ways to manage it, which I'm learning. But I have a couple at the moment on my ass, on my butt. To be candid. In learning more about it, it can make you very tired as well. It's like your immune system attacking itself or something. Again, I'm sorry. Once I figure out more about it, I will explain it, but it's a very vulnerable thing to talk about because it's not the nicest thing to deal with. Even myself, I hate it. It's very uncomfortable. They can be quite painful. I think especially where I have a few of them right now, it's a factor in why I'm so additionally fatigued. I mean, there's lots of factors and it does make sense for me to be tired, but oh my gosh. All day my eyes have felt like they're burning out of my skull. That tired feeling, and I've had a lot of caffeine. That did its job for sure, but to have that much caffeine and to not be wired is pretty crazy, so I have to just complain at you. Oh, it feels good to get this makeup off my face. It was also sliding all over my face. Every time I looked in a mirror, I had black under my eyes. I thrifted this thing a while ago. I don't know if it's like a vase for a single flower or something. And I've just been popping it around different places and not really knowing a purpose for it. I don't really buy flowers. I did try to put a candle in it at one point, but it doesn't really hold many candles. Anyways, the function I have found for it is something to put these things on after I use them. I found having these things have been very helpful. I didn't even realize how much it annoyed me having like my hair get in my face while brushing my teeth and having water fall down my arms and get like, I didn't understand how much that part of it annoyed me about these different daily things. I found having this set up for me in the washroom has been very helpful. Now it's just something that I do every single time before I wash my face and or brush my teeth. I usually do both together. Yeah, I just stack them like this and then I hang this on top. Perfect, and it's so cute. I mean, I think it's cute at least. I need to dust very desperately. I need to do a lot of things very desperately. Oh boy. I certainly look tired. That's for sure. I can barely open my eyes. My cats keep meowing at me all night as if I didn't feed them supper, but I did. It is quite a chill Friday night, which I definitely need. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm not actually going to bed yet. It is 10:28. Oh, I just remembered the new Pluribus comes out tonight. Pluribus? Is that how you say it? The Apple TV show? That's exciting. It's been really ramping up. Let me know if you're watching. I'm very much enjoying. As I was saying, I'm not going to bed quite yet. I do have some editing to get done. Oh, hi, Sophie. Hi. But I figured that I would clue up this vlog. It really is like a Vlogmas vlog, at least in the sense of that it's one day start to finish. Oh my goodness, another kitty cat. Hi. They really want to be fed again. I don't understand. There are so many things that I have to get started ASAP. I have the clay ornaments that I have to start making. That's going to be like a multi-day process because making them is one thing. Then I have to wait for them to fully dry before I actually decorate them. And then decorating them is going to be a whole thing. I also haven't started any of my baking, which I also think is going to be a multi-day process. I have many tins I want to give out, and I always find I end up running short on especially certain types of cookies. So I'm probably going to do double batches of everything, and it usually takes me at least a full day to fully bake everything, and like a full day. So I also want to not have it entirely exhaust me, so I'm probably going to try to stretch it out over multiple days. I do like to wait until it's very close to Christmas for baking because I want things to be fresh, but we're starting to creep up there. I also want to dye my hair like ASAP. There's gonna be a few holiday things on the go, and I'm just really starting to hate the super ombre effect. Even just this weekend, I have a few plans. I'm going to Merriam Bright with my brother and his girlfriend, which I think will be really fun. I'm actually very excited. Sunday as well is gonna be an early celebration for my dad's birthday. His birthday is on December 17th, and on Sunday, Val, which is his wife's sister, is going to be having a turkey Jig's dinner. Again, hello newfies. A Jig's dinner at her place, which is his favorite. Lots of fun to come. You know what to do, so you don't miss out on it. If you don't, it's subscribe. Not to assume. I just don't want to be annoying, but I really appreciate it if you subscribe. I would love to have you formally in the club. Not like in the club, you know what I mean. A little thumbs up lets the algorithm know as well that this isn't a terrible piece of content. So that there's that. Lastly, if you'd leave a comment too. I reply to every single one, or like most. I try my best to reply to most, if not all comments. So leave a little comment. Let me know where you're watching from, or what your plans are for Christmas. Just anything. Like literally even just a hi. I'll say hello. So say hello down in the comments. Give it a like. Hit the subscribe button. That's all. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. I appreciate you more than I can express. I mean that so sincerely. And I really hope that you're enjoying Vlogmas so far. It's pretty chill, it's pretty lax, but so is my life. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I will say goodnight. Bid you adieu. Vlogmas Day 4. See you in Vlogmas Day 5. Bye!